What is it like to go through life with a severe lack of audio that we're all so familiar with and we take so for granted? Well, joining me in the studio, Louise, who is from Melton, and also Kirsty from Lip Speaker UK. Kirsty, if I could just introduce you first, because you are a translator.
Yes, I'm a lip speaker, so we relay the spoken word.
Gotcha. So you watch me and then you relay that to Louise.
Yeah, I hear what you say.
Yeah.
I relay it with my voice off.
Of course.
To Louise, who lip reads me, and I support it with some sign because Louise does a little bit of sign language as well.
Well, a very good morning to you, Louise. Thank you for joining us.
Hello. Happy World Hearing Day.
Absolutely, yeah, which it is, of course, today, which is why we're doing this feature. I guess what we want to get a sense of is what it's like to be deprived of most, if not all, of your hearing in life.
It is difficult sometimes, I think. I think when it comes to like busy places, when I'm, like, say if I'm out with my friends down the pub or something, there's lots of background noise and it makes you feel quite isolated sometimes. It is hard sometimes, yeah.
Right. Is your hearing loss total, or do you obviously have a degree of hearing?
What complete? Oh, without my hearing aids, well, I can't hear anything.
Right.
When I put them in, I could sort of hear to an extent.
Right.
Obviously, it's like a pair of glasses. When you wear them over a long period of time, your eyes adjust. So when you take them off, they're blurry. It's like that with my ears, basically.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
We've heard about technology and how it's improved. Would you agree? Have you noticed in your life that hearing aids have become better over the years?
I think technology is definitely a lot better than what it was years ago. There wasn't much around really when I had when I was first diagnosed with my hearing loss. There was things like radio aids they had when so you'd wear something around your neck and it would have like a speaker. Yeah. And then I would wear the receiver and I'd have wires going up to my hearing aids. They were really big and chunky and they used to pull on my hearing aids a lot. I hated them. But now they've got wireless ones, Bluetooth radio aids, which is really good, yeah. Okay, so technology is getting better.
Obviously, it can't fully replace your hearing, but it certainly makes life a lot easier, particularly for someone of your age.
Yeah, a lot easier, I think, because obviously I'm quite a social person, so I do rely a lot on technology, and there's quite a lot out at the moment, which is really good. Yeah.
We've known a number of folk over the years with hearing loss, and we're quite surprised by the amount of, I don't know if prejudice is the right word, but a lot of people assume all the wrong things, that, you know, you're a bit distant or you're a bit isolated. They don't assume the right things.
Yeah.
Can I just relay
that? Relay
that.
Yeah,
so they don't assume the right things. They assume the wrong things, that you're isolated or you're distant.
Maybe even a bit slow. I've heard it said, oh, well, you know, people...
They even say that maybe you're a bit slow.
Yeah, I think people kind of label me a lot and think that I'm quite stupid because I'm quite slow when it comes to, you know, hearing things. Sometimes my friends have to repeat things a couple of times and then I'm like, oh, right. And then obviously I'll come across a bit dumb, I think. But, you know, that's what I think people...
Well, that's outrageous, though, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, it does annoy me. I think, like, particularly in school, I think people thought I was quite stupid. Like, I had some sort of, like, mental impairment kind of thing. Because I was, you know, it took me a bit of time to understand things. Obviously, I don't hear every single word, so I wouldn't say my vocabulary is brilliant for my age. Just some words that people say and I go, oh, what does that mean? Because obviously I didn't pick up on the words when I was younger because I got diagnosed when I was 7. So,
right, okay. But I mean, you're a young person. Hearing you speak now, you've done remarkably well for someone with significant hearing loss. It's like communicating with someone with ordinary hearing.
A lot of people say for my hearing loss I do really well. Like my audiologist says, you do amazing. Sometimes I go to my appointments, I feel a bit down, and I think when I have a hearing test and it's severe to profound, but my audiologist, she always says to me, you do amazingly well, and it just makes me feel a lot better when you say my speech is good. People say, because obviously I was born hearing, and it wasn't until I was 7 I was diagnosed, and yeah.
Well, let me ask you this then: if you are born profoundly deaf, and you've never experienced sound, that is obviously bad, but I guess the old adage of you don't miss it. When you experience hearing, which you did for the first 7 years, and then lose it, that must be absolutely galling.
I think if I was born deaf, I don't know really what it'd be like, really, if I was, because I know people who are profoundly deaf and born profoundly deaf, and it makes me wonder how they do it. Like, they've never heard music, nothing like that, and it's harder for me to hear music now. I can hear it's more about the clarity of it than the volume. That's where my hearing aids come in. They just kind of amplify everything. But when I was younger, I could hear a lot more music. It's a lot clearer than what I do now. So yeah, if I didn't have that experience, I don't know what I would do, really.
We've been talking about technology today. What's the ideal hearing aid for you? Because obviously we're on the way there, but we're not fully there with where we'd like them to be. For you, as someone who uses them, what's the ideal, the best possible hearing aid you could imagine?
Well, obviously with my hearing aids now, I have the problem when it comes to clarity.
Yeah.
I don't hear things clearly. I can hear them. So I think the ideal hearing aid for me would be like, if there was a program, a button, well, I have a button on my hearing aid, but different programs. If there was a program that could just make things clearer, like when it comes to like background noise, they do have a program on hearing aids that is supposed to cut out background noise, but I don't think it really works effectively for my loss. So I think, hearing aids which give me more clarity.
More clarity.
Yeah.
Because as you say, it's not about volume. It's about those range of frequencies that you need to be able to hear.
Yeah. I think people think that you have to try and turn things up, like the TV. They turn up the volume. I'm like, no, that's really loud.
That doesn't
really
help.
Loud.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Okay, well, listen, thank you so much for coming in. What message would you have, as we alluded to earlier, where people, make these assumptions about you? You are clearly a very bright young lady. What message would you have for the public when they meet you?
Yeah.
What message would you
have?
What
message would you have
when they meet you?
What?
A message for the public when they meet you.
I suppose not. What I say to people is, deaf people don't have 4 eyes, 2 heads. We're totally normal people. I'd say, don't make assumptions about someone. Like, ask us questions like, how deaf are you? What would you like me to do to make it easier for you? Communicating. We're normal people. That's really what I'd really say.
You are far from stupid. I can tell everybody that. You are far from stupid.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in. That is Louise of Melton, also with Kirsty, who is from Lip Speaker UK. Great to see you both. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you very much.